Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Stock Trades. How's everybody doing today? First off, I look terrible. I have been programming and coding for the past 2 weeks. The past about 5 days, I've been programming for about 19 hours straight. Go to sleep, wake up, code. Um, so there's a lot to talk about, a lot, and we've went ahead and created something that normally would cost you about 400 or 500 a month. And this is going to be this is going to be good, right? So there's a lot to talk about. I'm going to just go straight to one thing at a time. We're going to talk about AI, Clover, the mental model of bottlenecks, how that applies to Clover, Venezuela, what that means for the overall market, potentially Taiwan invasion, China invasion through Taiwan, right? We're gonna talk all of it, right? And there's a lot that's happened, and it's funny because sentiment changes really quick. Year to date, now Clove is up 8%, right? But it's like, wait a minute, how does that work, right? So we'll talk about all that. But first, I would like to introduce to you to Market Intelligence. This is part of the Stock Trades platform from the Extension Generative AI add-on. This is an incredibly expensive tool, and I'm gonna explain to you kind of why. So here it is. We're gonna go ahead and use it. First off, we're also gonna show you the mobile version, and that's gonna be here. This is my iPhone connected to the computer. Now, before people say, wait a minute, why does it have a little bit of latency? This is a website. If I turn the phone on its side, you're going to see kind of this weird little latency. So if you see that, it's not our software. It's just that's how the what is this? Quick time player plays things. Just to show you what I'm going to show you with the user interface. This is our oh, you can't see it. This is our software. You can't see it because it's green. Yeah. Anywho, you have to see it here. I'll show you when I connect it right now. If we connect it on the phone right now, we should be able to. Kind of wish there it is. Okay, so we will play with this later, and we're going to go ahead and show you the mobile version of this, as well as other things. But first things first, we'll go to Market Intelligence here. So if we go in, we can type in Clove. This is something that we know. You can see it's a whole different user interface. We already know this. We've seen this before, right? This is nothing new, right? We have the graphs here. We have it looks a little different. It's black, right? It's quite different. You have the quarterly here. We have the horizontal function here. No definitions for this one, right? Here's your AI analysis, and then here's the unlock deep insights. This is for our enterprise users. This is actually for our institutional hedge funds that use our software. Now, you might be asking yourself, wait a minute, you have hedge funds use your software? Yeah. So let me show you. Here's a screenshot. So we have our own little icon. It's a black terminal that our institutions have, and they use it. And so I'm showing you kind of like how that development looks like, and you're pretty much seeing it for the first time and what that means for Clover. So I'm going to show you some real cool stuff. There's something to the right of here. I'm going to remove the there's something to the right of this, and it's called AL Stock Trades Intelligence, right? So this is the intelligence that we have now embedded within the stock terminal. Now, there's two versions of the intelligence. There's a chat box, and there's a this weird little thing when you hover over it, and it's this weird looking sci-fi thing. Okay, so what data do you have?
I have access to a huge amount of publicly available information and proprietary AL Stock Trades Intelligence data. This includes stock information, financial records, and institutional trends. Is there anything specific you're looking for?
Perfect. Okay, I would like you to go ahead and access this.
Certainly. What information would you like me to access for you?
Perfect. Go ahead and pull up Bill Ackman's stocks?
I can see the holdings for Pershing Square Capital Management, LP, managed by Bill Ackman, as of September 30, 2025. Their largest positions include Uber Technologies with 30.27 million shares, Brookfield Corporation with 41.02 million shares, Howard Hughes Holdings Inc. with 18.85 million shares,
All
and
right, all
Alphabet.
right. We get the point. You can do it. تحكين
I understand.
عربي or لا؟
نعم، أتحدث اللغة العربية بطلاقة. كيف يمكنني مساعدتك اليوم؟
ما شاء الله ما شاء الله، والله تحكين عربي. اريدك تقولي لي شنو البروجرام هذا؟
هذا البرنامج يوفر معلومات مالية وتحليلات عن الأسهم والشركات بالاعتماد على بيانات من قاعدة بيانات AL Stock Trades Intelligence. هل ترغب في معرفة المزيد عن أسهم معينة أو تحليل محدد؟
اريدك شويه تقولي لي على الكلوفر هيلث، شنو القيمه مال الكلوفر هيلث؟ What does it do؟
Clover Health هي شركة تعمل في مجال الرعاية الصحية وتحديداً من خلال برامج ميديكير أدفانتج. تظهر البيانات المتعلقة باتجاهات الملكية المؤسسية أنه كان هناك تذبذب في عدد المستثمرين المؤسسيين الذين يمتلكون أسهم في Clover Health خلال الأرباع الثمانية الماضية، مع زيادة في الربع الأخير لتصل إلى 215 مستثمر. كما تظهر
اوكي
البيانات.
¿Cómo estás, mi amiga?
Estoy muy bien, gracias. ¿Cómo estás tú? ¿En qué puedo ayudarte en
No,
este
no, no.
momento?
Le capisco un po' l'italiano.
Capisco. Parli un po' di italiano, giusto? Cosa vorresti sapere in italiano?
Thank you. All right, let's go back to English, shall we?
Certainly, let's switch back to English. What would you like to discuss?
As you can see, you can speak to this in any language you want. And what it does is it takes the stock terminal and it uses our Al Stock Trades database, our intelligence. The issue is that I came across with is when we speak to somebody, we needed to find a voice that is able to understand a lot of languages. And what voice is the best? That's Google, right? So we went ahead and used Google Vertex's AI to allow all of our not institutions, our international retail folks that are lifetime access members. So now they're able to talk to this in their own language, and it's able to essentially be able to translate all the stock market language in their language. And the fact that it was able to speak اللغة العراقية, not العربية. There's two different types of dialects. This is very good. So shout out to Google. That's why Google stock is in the trillions, right? So I'm glad I bought your course in lifetime, Al. No, yeah, you can see this is like a whole different level, right? And you can see I know a lot of languages, which is kind of interesting, right? Okay. It just keeps getting better. Exactly. So, okay. So now that we understand this, and let me just go ahead and just, I would like to ask you a question. What company am I looking at right now? You are currently looking at Clover Health Investments Corp., also known as CLOV, according to the current dashboard context. The company's profile indicates it is based in the United States and trades on the NASDAQ. Okay, well, how about now? Which company am I looking at now? You are currently looking at Tesla, Inc., with the stock symbol TSLA. So as you guys can see, this thing has convolutional neural network analysis, which then allows it to look at the screen and be able to see everything that you see. Soon, we will be taking a large corpus of data, technical analysis, and being able to identify patterns from a technical analysis standpoint that the AI can see. Okay? All right. There's that. Hey, I want to ask you a question. Who created you? I was created by Albert Allen, founder and CEO of Al Stock Trades. Can you tell me a little bit more about who this Albert Allen guy is? Albert Allen is the founder and CEO of Al Stock Trades.
He created the AL Stock Trades Intelligence Neural Network to provide in-depth financial analysis.
Excellent. All right. And that's about it. Okay. So we could do more things. Oh wait, one more. Hey, I want you to go ahead and pull up Q3 2025 earnings transcript for Clover Health. Give me the pros and cons. Did you hear me? Did you hear me?
Yes, I heard you. You are asking for the pros and cons of the information you requested earlier, which was the Q3 2025 earnings transcript for Clover Health. I am preparing that summary for you now.
All right. Is it prepared? Can you tell me?
Yes, here is the summary. Clover Health's Q3 2025 earnings transcript highlights several positive and challenging points. The company achieved profitable growth, increasing membership by 35% and revenue by 50% year over year. The Clover Assistant platform continues to be a core driver, with returning members showing improved medical cost performance and the PPO plans achieving a top HEDIS rating for clinical quality. Counterpart Health, the technology initiative, is gaining traction and also undergoing development to better target and engage underserved physician groups. However, the company did lower its 2025 adjusted EBITDA profitability guidance,
Wait,
citing
can I just interrupt you for a sec? Can you put it in a Kentucky accent and can you speak up a little faster?
Shoot, my mistake. Getting caught up in the details there. You wanted the pros and cons of that Clover Health transcript in a Kentucky accent, a bit louder and faster, huh?
Can you
Well,
speak
here's the
faster?
scoop. Get ready. On the plus side, they grew membership and revenue. Yes, Clover Health grew membership and revenue big. Clover Assistant is helping patients, and Counterpart Health is doing good. But they had to lower their profit goal because they got too many new members and doctor expenses went up, and their star rating was lower than they wanted.
All right, that's enough. That's enough. I appreciate you, lady. You're a good girl.
Alrighty then. Anything else I can help you with?
That's all. All right. So the beautiful part is for the translation side of things, because I just don't have the time to be able to do an Al Stock Trades Intelligence translation for every member's language. I actually teamed up with Google to use their translation matrix, which is, I think, best in the industry. So all the Germans and all this, right? Yeah. So anyway, so there's that. So now if there's you press this button here, there's this chat box that comes out, right? So we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna there's a little microphone here that we're gonna press. And let's say, for example, excuse me, you want to know Bill Ackman's holdings, right? Can you please show me Bill Ackman's stock holdings? So you do that, you type it in. I'm just going to increase the size here so you guys can see it. And perhaps maybe zoom it in a little bit here so you guys can see. So this is pretty much thinking, and immediately it just gives you the list. It tells you Uber, Brookfields, Howard Hughes. It tells you kind of like what's going on, its portfolio weight. Let's say, for example, and it shows you the intelligence sources. This is our own databases that's basically taking this information and giving it to you. But let's say you want to know Warren Buffett's. Can you go ahead and give me Warren Buffett's stock portfolio, please? Here's Warren Buffett's. And the beautiful part is it gives it to you very quickly, right? This thing is no joke. Imagine sifting through all this information. Look at all this. It tells you what he holds: Apple, portfolio weight, American Express, Bank of America, Coca-Cola, Google, right? And then let's say we want United Health Care. He, 1.74 billion. Let's just say, well, for Warren Buffett's portfolio, can you tell me a little bit more in terms of did he increase or decrease the positions or any new positions? So let's say you want to ask more of a detailed question, right? To be able to do this, right? And again, I'm pushing the boundaries of this. So if it doesn't work, understand that I'm still developing this. There it is. So great. You see, I worked hard, but there is a couple gaps that I'm still programming and coding. But you can see how smooth this is, right? So here it is. Google. It's a new buy for Warren Buffett. He got 17.84 million shares. That's a change. He increased his position in Chubb Limited, Domino's Pizza, Series XM. Apple, he sold about 14.9%. Bank of America, a little sell. I don't know what the stock is. He sold that one off. And then DR Horton, 100% exit. Okay. So you can see how you're able to keep track of this. Now, somebody said here, is there a mobile version? B-Rob, yes, there is. I'm going to show it to you once I finish to show you the desktop. But yes, there is a mobile version. You must have a team of engineers to help you program all this, right? It's too much work for one person. That is incorrect. I am the programmer. I am the developer. I am the end product user. I am the guy who's showing it to you. I am a one-man show. I don't have a team. This is all me, right? Which is why I look like shit right now. I'm tired. I'm tired as hell. I want to take my head and I want to bash it in front of the freaking door right now because I'm tired as hell. You don't understand how tired I am. I want to cry right now. But the mission is simple. We want to empower retail investors to get a fair shake on Wall Street. And that is what I intend to do. Okay. So yeah, no, this is all me. There's no team. There's no team. I'm the team, right? And my dogs and Michelle for helping me get me some food in my mouth and making me coffee. Right? Actually, I made this coffee. But she did help me. Right? Yeah, so it's all me. Appreciate you guys. All right. And you guys in lifetime access, you see me. I'm up at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I'm like typing and texting. Like you here. Let me show you so you guys can understand, like, and I'm sorry if I interrupt you guys in your sleep. I mean, I'm really sorry. Sometimes I forget when I tag at everyone. This was at 7 p.m. Watch this. This was at 2 a.m. Oh, you can't see it. And I'll show you later the times. But anyway, so let's say you want to go ahead and take a look at Nancy Pelosi. Can you go ahead and show me Nancy Pelosi's trades? So now you want to look at Nancy Pelosi, right? So here's Nancy Pelosi. Let's see what she likes to buy, right? You can look at Marjorie Green Taylor or whatever her name is. Right? You got to make sure you get the name right? Because then that's not going to show you. So we're going to look at Nancy's right now. So it's pulling Nancy's information, right? Crazy Nancy, right? That's what, from what I hear, right? So hopefully it does that. Holy moly. Too much, Nancy. Too much. You're killing me, Nancy. What are you doing, Nancy? She got Apple, AVGO, Visa, NVIDIA. Holy Maloney. Here's Stock, Tempest AI, which I know you guys know about. These are a little bit of selling and stuff. So now I want to know a little bit more, right? I want to know a little bit more. Okay. Can you go ahead and show me or graph me here? I'm sorry. Let me say that better. Can you go ahead and graph me Nancy Pelosi's returns for the past 10 years versus the S&P 500? So now let's say we want to make a graph, right? Because sometimes it's important to look at the information from a visual perspective, right? That's important, isn't it? Right? Isn't that the whole point of Al Stock Trades Intelligence, right? That's the whole point of this. And look at that, right? It depends if you want extra large or not. We can decrease. I think it looks kind of clunky when it's large, but I'm going to increase it so you guys can see. Well, here it is. Nancy Pelosi, based on Al Stock Trades Intelligence. Here it is. She's obviously in yellow, and the green is the S&P 500. And you can see Nancy, crazy Nancy, is better than Warren Buffett, apparently, right? Look at her. Look at how much she made, right? She's up 984%. Isn't that crazy? Well, now you have the power to look at all the top performers You're right. So here it is. While the Pelosi portfolio saw a larger percentage drawdown in 2022, we all did, right? It did pretty well. And Energy Profit, her recent entry into Vistra in 2025 suggests a move to capture AI energy. So now I can see Nancy. Let me just turn this off because I don't. These headphones are so good. I'm like yelling in the mic. Yeah, I lowered the AC. No, don't do it anymore. I already lowered it. All right. So I don't know. I was yelling because the headphones, I had the noise cancellation. So I was like, I couldn't hear myself talk. So I said, I'm sorry. I was screaming in the mic there. All right. So anywho, so the point here is she went ahead and she's buying this. So guess what? You have access to the stock terminal here. So let's go ahead and put this here. What the hell is VST? Okay. Let's take a look at the, okay. So the revenue is going up. Net income is doing well. Free cash flow. It looks like it became, oh, holy moly of cannoli. Look at this. Operating cash flow, 2022, it turned positive. Free cash flow, 2023, it turned positive. Net income, 2023. This thing became a triple dragon in 2023. So are you starting to see the power of the stock terminal? Are you starting to see why this platform is going to be over $25,000? Do you know how many hours I spent on this? Do you even know how expensive this is? There's no hallucinations here. This is a closed loop data system. I have all the data, 2.5 billion outputs of institutionally graded data, and I have AI interlinking it all together. Right? So now, how did VST perform? So I'm curious. What is the 5-year stock price of VST? Let's see if we can pull up the stock price of VST. I want to see how it performed. Now, again, I've never done this before. I haven't looked at the stock price. Let's see if it is able to do inference, or I have to code that manually, because that'll be really annoying. Hopefully, it does some inferences. I may look. Oh no, this microphone was on. Sorry, let me turn this off. So let's see. Wow. Look at that. When did it become a triple dragon? In 2023, it became net income positive. What happened? Here's 2023. The stock price was 26, and then it went all the way up to $217. You take 217 divided by 2026, that's 8.3x. And then Nancy just bought again. Are you starting to see what you're merging the politicians now with our beautiful triple dragon, and you're starting to see the power of what you have right now? If Benjamin Graham was here, he would literally, his eyeballs will come out of his socket. Okay? Are you starting to realize that I'm a scientist? Right? Not some like BS scientist. I'm a real scientist. Okay? And I take pride in my work. All right? So here. So you can see it became a triple dragon, didn't it? And here's the nuclear catalyst, and then energy, yada, yada, yada. So good. All right. So now let's go ahead and let's switch gears. And we talked about Nancy. We talked about Bill Ackman. We talked about Warren Buffett. I mean, what else can we talk about? Ooh, let's do this. I would like you to pull up the Q3 2025 earnings transcript for Clover Health and give me the pros and cons. Let's do that. Let's go ahead, pull the transcript from what from our system, dissect it, analyze it, and be able to give it to us. I mean, how easy is it now to do research? You could do graphs, you can plot graphs, you can hit this to make it a full screen so you can read this whole thing on its own. All in one user interface. This is the power of Al Stock Trades. So now when I tell you, and this is the add-on version for generative AI, but now when I tell you that when we have a coupon code New Year for $1,300 off, right, and prices are going to be increasing to $5,000, it'll be a step function. You guys are starting to realize what's going on here. You're starting to put things together. This is not a course. We do not sell a course. We are a software platform, okay? I teach you how to use the information. You have to have some form of education, but we are a software platform. You're starting to realize this, right? This is not some BS software. This is the real deal. So let's read what this says. Clover Health Q3 2025 earnings executive summary. It talks about, the third. You know what? Maybe we can. Let's see. Let's see if the machine can read it to us. This will be the Mac machine. I don't know if. Let me see here. Hold on. Let me think. Yeah, you can't hear it. Okay, that's why I was gonna have the machine read it for us. It's fine. I'll stop being lazy, and I'll just go ahead and read it for us. Okay. All right. So it talks about the third quarter. I mean, you guys can read it, right? It says here, CEO Andrew Toy was candid in his assessment, labeling the misses in the EBITDA and star ratings as unacceptable. He talks about that EBITDA profitability year to date, positioning 2025 as a peak year for growth related dilution, with a firm eye of achieving GAAP net income 2026 profitability. The core thesis remains Clover Assistant, which continues to drive industry leading HEDIS quality scores. They talked about the 49% growth. You talk about the strategic pro tailwinds. We have the explosive the growth here. Let's see if we can just kind of make this a little bigger. Can we make this bigger so you guys can see? Yeah. We have the Clover Assistant. We have the white papers. We have the operational SG&A efficiencies. We have the counter health expansion. They reference the blue ocean, right? The blue ocean's in there. You're starting to see this has everything, right? High member retention, 90%. The misses are the 3.5 star, right? And then growth driven margin dilution. These are Gen I function is 2K per. No. Oh, yeah. So you see exactly. So that is for watch. So you might be asking yourself, you're like, wait, what? It's 2,000 a month. Okay. So it's not 2,000 for you. It's 2,000 for these people. Let me show you. Let me zoom out. It's 2,000 for these people, not you. For this right here, for enterprise tier. These are for hedge funds, right? Because hedge funds, they pull a shit ton of data, right? So that's the hedge fund pricing. Yeah. That's hedge funds, guys. Yeah, no, your guys are not hedge funds. The generative AI add-on is going to be most likely. I have to see the pricing model to see how much you guys use. But I was thinking anywhere between $50 to $100, right? And then obviously prices will go down if use case goes, if I see the use case, right? So that's kind of what it is. So it's not going to be $2,000. That's for hedge funds, because hedge funds will dry me up. I can't afford, guys. This intelligence costs a lot of money, right? We're constrained by the GPUs, CPUs, and RAM. So it's a constraint, right? Can you ask the 2025 table longs compared to? Oh yeah, you can go ahead, and there's going to be so many things that this thing can do. It is going to be impressive. I mean, you guys have seen this, right? This is nothing like this exists in the market, right? Because I made it, right? I know, and it's kind of like, it's kind of funny, it's kind of ironic, right? It's kind of like the Clover Assistant, the Clover Health, Clover Assistant. They make softwares for doctors because doctors designed it, right? Well, I've been investing for over 15 years. I know exactly what I need to invest, so I've designed something. Right. So that's kind of the same thing here. Okay. But now let's go ahead and let's just go the full screen, and let's zoom in a little bit here. So let's see this. So Clover Assistant, they talked about the blue ocean, and then here are the cons: 3.5 stars as advertised, but falling short of the 4 stars. They're still going to get paid 4 stars, but they're just advertised as 3.5 right now. Growth-driven margin dilution: 44,000 gross new members expected in 2025, which is loss-making, and then we have all this here, right? So here's the quick, if you don't have time to read all the above, these are the takeaways. This is like the cliff notes, right? So here's the revised targets. It shows you the revenue, the adjusted EBITDA, adjusted the SG&A, the average member growth, and the 2026 pivot it's expected to achieve full year positive GAAP net income in 2026. This is confidence is rooted in the flywheel effect. And then the cohort economics, Clover highlighted that members typically see a 700 basis point MCR improvement between year 1, 2, and a 1,400 improvement by year 3. Central positioning in terms of cash, yada, 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 right? And you can see the Al Stock Trades Intelligence is at your service. Now, I was going to add something. I forgot. I have a lot of ideas in my head, just kind of exploding. I was going to say something. Yeah, so it didn't tell you about PM, right? That's something, because again, I've looked at the transcripts, right? So let's see if it's able to tell us something. So let's go ahead and activate the microphone, and let's say, I would like you. Actually, hold on. I like you right now. Let me see. So for the Q3 2025 earnings transcript for Clover Health, I would like you to go ahead and graph me the PM of returning members versus new members. So let's say if it knows that, it has to physically go search the whole transcript, find exactly what I'm talking about, take it and graph it and give it to me and explain what that is. This is a very complex task. Let's see if it's able to do it. Holy moly of cannoli. Look at that. Look at that. Let's go ahead and zoom out a little bit. So look at this, guys. So let's just it looks kind of ugly here. I usually like to look at it like this way, right? And then let's kind of make it up a little bigger here. So there it is. Look at that. Cohort PM performance. So here's year 1, year 2, and year 3. So this is what it does. I mean, look, it's looking at the overall cost basis of. That's really good. That's not something that I asked it for, but it went ahead and it did something quite actually impressive. Actually, that's not what I wanted, but that's actually pretty good. Medical cost. See, this is new information. You see, this is the beautiful part about this new future. I mean, it's doing things that I did not teach it. I did not teach it to calculate this. Wow. Wow. Oh, wow. So that means the PM of these returning members in the future could be. Yeah, that's about right. Wow. Okay, so profitability engine, members who have been 3+ years, their medical costs are approximately 206 lower than the new members, which is exactly what it did. And it says here, this leads to a 103 PM reduction. So it's calculating the PM reduction, right? So again, I didn't ask it this, but it went ahead and gave it. So let me go ahead and ask it a better way. I would like you to search Q3 2025 earnings transcript for Clover Health. Did they talk about PM per member per month for returning members versus new members? So now let's see. Let's go ahead and do that. Again, this is a totally different question I asked it, which is actually quite impressive, right? There it is. You see this here? Returning members are 217, highly profitable. New members are negative 110. Okay, so good. So now we understand this. Okay. So now that you understand the company, you obviously have access to the market intelligence. Actually, no, it doesn't. Let me go ahead and activate market intelligence. So now it has the market intelligence here. So now it has the data. Now it's because it has vision. It's able to see the data. Now that you have access to all the earnings transcripts, let's see what I got here. Sorry, guys. Now that we talked about the earnings transcripts for Q3 2025 for Clover Health, you have access to the market intelligence dashboard panel, We already know that in 2026, they're going to be paid at a 4-star payment year. We have the 9% CMS rate notice, which is going to help us. The 4-star rating is going to give us an extra 5% as well as all the cohort 700 basis point economics that will help us. Based off of this, can you project what the net income could be for 2026, given that they said that they are going to be GAAP net income positive? Hold on, let me make sure.
Now that we talked about the earnings transcripts for Q3 2025 for Clover Health, you have access to the Market Intelligence Dashboard panel. We already know that in 2026 are going to be paid out a 4-star payment year. Have the 9% CMS rate notice, which is going to help us. The 4-star rating is going to give us an extra 5% as well as all the cohort 700 basis point.
Regarding the cohort, regarding the cohort, unit economics. Can you please go ahead and tell me what the 2026 net income range is going to be, given that they said they are going to be profitable in 2026 based off of all the information that you have? Again, this is quite of a long command. I don't know if it's going to be able to do this. I am really pushing this now. I am pushing it really heavily. This has access to all of our data. Holy crap, it just did it. Okay, let's see. It just did it. All right, let's see what it says. So conservative case is 45 to 75 million. Base case target, oh wow, 85 to 130 million. Bull case is 150 to 200 million. And it's including SaaS in here too, so we'll see. Wow. Isn't that crazy? All right, so wow, this is based off of the dashboard context. It's using this here. Wow. Okay, so we'll see. Again, I don't know. We'll see. That's you see how it's able to do that calculation. That's impressive, right? That really is impressive. Okay, so now, what else we're gonna do? Now, okay, I would like you to show me the balance sheet of AMC stock, right? So now let's look at AMC, right? This is actually going to be pretty useful, right? Watch, let me show you something. This I've already tried, and it did work, and I didn't train it to do this. It knows based off of patterns, right? Which is really cool. So here are the assets, the cash, and here this, and here's that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in AMC, and now we're going to load AMC's data. The AI takes all this data, right, for AMC. Now I'm going to say something. Based off of what you see in the data that you have within the dashboard, as well as the balance sheet, in terms of the cash burn, how many quarters do they have until they need a dilution? So let's look at their cash burn and see how many quarters they have until all hell breaks loose. So let's see if it knows that. There it is. So it says here, current cash position, 632 million. Average quarterly cash burn is 85 million. Average quarterly interest expenses is 102 million. So they got about 3.38 quarters. So about pretty much by the end of the year, AMC has to dilute shareholders, right? So we'll see if this comes to fruition. But, what is the AMC stock price now? Honestly, it's like $1.53. It's down 2.55% this year. It's down. I mean, it's down, guys. It's down. So most likely they're probably going to maybe do another dilution. And you know what's funny? If you actually go in and there's an article here. Let me see if I can share this. I'm looking at this screen here. Share this tab instead. If you go here, you could see someone actually wrote about this 2 days ago, and it said AMC Entertainment disappointing box office results lead to continued cash burn and dilution. So most likely they're going to get diluted again. And the beautiful part is now we can see from this perspective, how many quarters do they have until another dilution is about to happen? Now let's ask it a question. Do you see the same risks for dilution for Clover Health based off of what they said with them being net income positive next year or 2026? Now I'm like combining both. I'm like literally just trying to see. I've not trained it on this. I'm not. It has to take multiple datas. Okay, Clover Health AMC, cash position, total debt, 0. How much debt does Clover have? It shows you here. 0 debt, 0. Okay. Profitability path, net income here, consistent net losses, dilution, optional, growth focused. You see that? That means that once Clover shows its SaaS and its stock goes up, it's going to say, hey, should we dilute or maybe take on debt to basically grow our company? This structural, survival focused for AMC. See, one's growth focused potentially, and it's optional. They don't need to do that. And Andrew Toy specifically said that they can use their profitable cohorts to grow the counterpart business. So you're starting to see how strong this is. Now, again, I want to do something else. I have not trained it on this, but I'm just giving these ideas. I want you to go ahead and graph the stock price of Oscar, Alignment Healthcare, and Clover Health, and United Healthcare, and Humana. And I want you to graph the year-to-date stock price of all of them so I can compare. Year-to-date is only a couple days. I have not done this before. I will probably expect this to not show me anything because I did not program this. I did not physically program this with my hands. So let's see if it's able to make inferences. That the pockets are there. It is. The pockets are there. It just needs to summarize it together. And it actually, holy shit. It actually, so what is it? Holy shit. Okay. Holy shit, dude. These institutions that are having, they're going to have a Christmas party now. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. This is amazing. This is amazing. This is like pure science. This is science, right? All right. So, okay. Damn, I'm a good programmer. Whew, holy shit, guys. All right. So, watch, look at Humana. The star rating crisis of 2025 devastated Humana negative. After losing 4 stars, Humana has also suffered most systemic utilization, where aging population utilized medical service. Now, here's the stock price here. But watch, hold on. The data shows a clear rotation within healthcare sectors. Investors shifted capital away from traditional value giants like Humana towards growth efficiencies, players like Clover and Alignment, who demonstrated that they use technology like Clover Assistant to manage costs. So now you're starting to see. So this is year to date. This is this. Wait a minute. Oh, wow. This is. Holy moly of cannoli. Okay, so what's going on here? So I don't understand. That doesn't make any sense. This graph doesn't make any sense. Hold on.
Health insurance performance comparison, 2025, January 2026, % change.
I don't know if this doesn't make any sense. Because Alignment Healthcare is now $21, which is a lot, right? Now, and we want it to go up. We want Alignment to go up. But for some reason, I don't understand why it's saying the rate of change here is so United is here, Humana's here. I don't think it understood. You see, that's my problem. You see, again, I have to code this, right? So I have to code this. So let me ask another question. Okay, I think your graph is wrong. I want you to go ahead and graph the percent return compared to Clover Health, Alignment Healthcare, Humana, United Healthcare, and Oscar. Well, let's see. Again, I'm pushing it right now. I'm pushing it. I was able to get a lot of this other data with ACA. Its information is good, which is good. It's able to extract information from the database. Here, top performer. This is incorrect because it's not. So let me see here. EBITDA profitability. So what starting date is it using? Doesn't make any sense. January 2026. It's not. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah. I disagree with this graph, which makes sense. I have to program it. Anywho, I have to program this. So forgive me, right? Let's see. I want you to compare the percent returns for Clover Health versus Alignment Healthcare. I'm just curious because this is. But yeah, Alignment Healthcare, man, it's up $21 today. So that's really good. So we're gonna have to fix this. Yeah, here it is. You see, this is a better graph. You see, this is Alignment Healthcare on top. Clover Health is on the bottom. So Alignment's done a lot better, right? And that's that. You see it. So I see. So once I graph 3 or more, it messes up. So I need to fix this. Again, it's a work in progress. So I have to program this. All right. But anywho, so we saw cash burn. We saw this. I mean, what else should we did a lot right now. What else should we do? We did a lot, honestly. We did a lot. I don't know what else to do. Oh, okay. Can you share with me the competitive advantage and moat for Clover Health? What makes it special? So now we could, for example, we're looking at companies and we want to know what's the competitive advantage and moat from a Warren Buffett perspective for Clover Health. What makes them so special? Like, let's say a stock that you don't know. Holy moly, look at this, right? So now you have this whole write-up here that it shows you the moat, right? Actionable data, gap identification, undiagnosed chronic kidney stage 3, right? You see how it shows you this? It searches in the database, guys, right? Wide network PPO strategy, HEDIS quality moat with the HEDIS score, star ratings, right? Open PPO plan, right? A Trojan horse. Where do they get that from, right? They got it from Andrew Toy. You see how it's searching everything? Asset light scaling. What did they get that from? Don't you think the Al Stock Trades Intelligence goes to their website and extrapolates that data? Non-dilutive cash flow, yada, 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 aging into profitability, all this stuff, okay? See how it has all this information that normally would take you hours, right? And it shows you what's going to be profitable. Anyway, so as you guys see, this is no joke. This is, I believe, the best platform on the market. Let's, what else can we do? Let's do one more. Can you please graph revenue, free cash flow, and net income of Clover Health? And that's an easy one, right? I mean, we did a lot right now. I mean, that's an easy one. So this will be available to lifetime members. However, this will be a generative add-on feature, right? It's very expensive, but it's not gonna be like expensive, right? It's gonna be a generative add-on feature. Later on, we'll see if we'll obviously change how based off of the usage. We might be able to say you can get some intelligent credits and then use as you wish, but that might be a little bit more difficult to code. But this will be an add-on. But if you do not like that, then you can use the normal stock terminal that you have access to for the rest of your life, right? This is the creme de la creme. This is the Bloomberg on steroids, right? Right. This is like, and I need to be very careful now. We are not associated with Bloomberg, right? We're not doing any of that, right? Because I think this platform, people, I mean, our lifetime members can see this thing is pretty insane, right? This is the Frankenstein of the stock terminal, right? We had Sequoia look at us. That's how crazy that is, right? All right, so yeah, look at this. You see here? So here's the revenues in gold, the net income. You can see here. What the hell? Huh. Huh. That doesn't make sense. It's projecting. So we're still projecting. It's literally projecting. Yeah, it's projecting. I would like you to use, that's why. See? It's projecting. So here, we do here. I would like you to go ahead and use the dashboard and look at Clover Health revenue, net income, and free cash flow and graph that. I was looking at that. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. So again, this is why it's important to have our data here, right? Because then it starts going ahead and projecting 2026, what it thinks is going to be. But when you have a closed loop system here, you can see it'll tell you exactly what it sees here, right? And you can see the free cash flow is 33 million, 33.29 million for 2024, and you could go here and you could see there it is right here, 33.29 million, right? So you could see how immediately after I loaded it, it goes in and takes that, right? For 2026, how many lives are in cohort 3+ years and how many lives in year 2 cohort? Yeah, you're going to have to take a look at it. The 44,000 lives are going to be in year 1. So you're going to have to basically ask it to basically pull the transcripts for Q4 2024, Q4 2023 and 2, and then it'll interpret all that. And then you can ask it these types of questions. But absolutely, yeah. So this is crazy, right? So but yeah, so I'm happy that you guys enjoyed this. Now let me go ahead and let me just stop sharing this and let me share the normal screen here. This is the normal screen without the voice. And now let me show you something. So I'm going to go ahead and connect this phone here. And now I'm going to show you something real freaking cool, okay? So all right, so here it is. So before you like talk crap about me and say, why does your stock terminal do this? If I switch this on the side, you can see there's a little bit of disturbance. You see how there's a little disturbance here and it resets. This is not the website's fault. This is a QuickTime player plugging it on the phone. Like look at Yahoo Finance. If I turn Yahoo Finance sideways, you can see it's going to give that weird little wide look, and then it does a normal look, right? So it goes like this. It's weird for a second, right? You see how it does that, right? So you guys get the point here. All right, so from that perspective, let's go in and let's show you something. So now we have the intrinsic value calculation software on our phone. We have the support and resistance. Well, this is the PE valuation model. This is actually a pretty powerful model now that you have at your palm of your fingertips. I'm literally holding my iPhone right now. This is the iPhone. And I'm gonna type in here UNH, United Healthcare, right? I'm sorry, I'm gonna hit enter. So it pulls up the information and then you have it. Now what I'm gonna do is you can scroll down You can zoom in. You see how clean that zoom in is? Very clean zoom in. Just look how clean that is, right? Now I'm going to scroll up, and you know how I told you if I tilt the phone to the side, does that weird thing? That's just because of the quick time, right? I have OCD. I would never let that slide. Okay. So watch. So now if we scroll down on this mobile version, what you can do is you can press this range button, and let's say we want to look at United Healthcare for 3 years, and you could see, let's tap this right upper thing to make the screen a little bigger. You can see that United Healthcare has dropped, and if you push it here a little bit and zoom in, you can see, really honestly, we should look at the year. You could see that we are in a position now where we're about to break the 200-day simple moving average, which you basically see in here. If I graph it, we're about to potentially break that. Now you might ask yourself, well, Al, what about the 50-day? Well, if the 50-day, you just scroll up and press this button here for the 50-day, and then you can go in and take a look at both the 50-day and the 200-day. The 50 days in green. So I'm just going to remove the 50-day. I'm just going to focus on the 200-day. So that means it tells me it might get rejected. Who knows? But if it goes up, then that's going to be pretty interesting, right? Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the past 3 years. And let's see this. This is called the PE evaluation model. So if we go here and make this a little bigger, and let's look at the range, and let's look at the past 15 years, you could see that if we were to scroll down, and you could, and I'm on my phone. This is literally on my phone. This is the power. This is the Al Stock Trades platform on your phone. So you can see, I'm going to have my mouse here because I'm uploading here. You can see that, and I can't click on this, right? This is literally QuickTime, right? You can see the last time we were green like this, meaning the PE was low, was back in 2014. So this was a buying opportunity of a lifetime, this dip, right? So when the price to earnings is low, it means it's cheap, it's good, it's undervalued. If it's high, it's, expensive. So a way to read this is for every $10 invested, you get $1. And for every $40 invested, you get $1. So obviously you want this one, right? Because you get more dollars, right? So this basically hit. So the question is, let's go ahead and zoom in. Let's try to zoom in here on this PE, and let's see, when did it hit this thing. So it hit this in July 18, 2025. So around July, June, that's when United Healthcare fell on a lower PE. Okay. So if we were to look at that, we can then go here, and we could see that Berkshire Hathaway bought 5 million shares of United on August 18, 2025, which shows you that they do this PE evaluation model, and that's why they bought it, right? Same thing with Google, right? So this is let's see, which one is this? This is Alphabet. This is Google. So when did they buy Google? There's a lot of ads from Yahoo Finance. It's garbage, right? They bought Google on December. Oh, like this is December 4th, 2025. So it's like talking about it recently, but they bought it earlier than that. So if we go back to this, and now let's just go up here and let's type in Google. So if we go ahead and if we type in Google, G-U-O-O-G, and hit enter, our system loads the data, uses the valuation engine, and you can see that the stock price has literally, if you look at the past year, the stock price has ballooned. I mean, you could look at you can see the stock price has just literally gone to the moon. It's gone parabolic, right? But if you go in and you go to the past 15 years, or let's say let's just do past 3 years. If we go down here, you could see that most recently it was down. It was literally, it had a low PE. It was the most undervalued Mag 7 play because of the whole open AI thing. And obviously, look what happened. Warren Buffett bought up here. People realized, and now it's shot back up here. And then Sam Altman declared a red zone or whatever lockdown because of Google's, ability to kick some booty. Okay, so that's one example. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one here. Berkshire Hathaway. Okay, we already talked about United Healthcare. What is this one? Look at all these ads. These are just, okay. Oh, Berkshire Hathaway sold Apple in 2025, August. So let's see why. Why did he sell Apple? So you would expect Apple to be expensive then, right? Because he usually buys down here. So if he buys down here, does that mean he probably might sell up here, right? On average, right? So let's go look to see Apple. So you go Apple. Right? You load Apple up and it's very fast. It's a very fast. I'm doing this on my phone. You could literally talk. Did I put the ticker symbol right? Did I put it right? Oh. Uh-oh. No, I got it right. I got it right. It was just loading. Okay. So if you look at Apple, and look at Apple for the past, let's look at Apple for the past 15 years. Most likely, you could see he sold it when it was high. He bought Apple in 2016 when it was low, and now here. So you see how powerful this is? You can look at a stock to see if it's undervalued or not, right? And this is impressive, guys. This is very impressive. You can see how powerful this is. Now, okay. So now that you understand this, let's go ahead now and let's just scroll down and let's see. You have obviously the retail sentiment model. So now you have access to smart money and dumb money at the palm. I mean, you just hit load. This thing loads quick, and if you've loaded it before, and you can look at the range. Let's look at the range of 3 years. You can see there's a little peak here. There's a little peak. If you want to go ahead and look at this peak, when was this peak? Is April 2025. Wasn't that the market when? What wasn't that when? Let me just go ahead and look at this peak here. This peak here was April, the bearishness, do the opposite of retail investors, April 25. If we were to go here, it's right here. That's when the peak happened, right around here. It's hard to type it in. See that? So that's the power of the platform. You can look at the tall view to make it a little bigger, right? So now there's that. So remember I told you about this in a brand new AI that we have. B-Rob asked if you have a mobile version. Yeah, it's right here. And it's part of the Al Stock Trades platform. So it's really cool because, you already know this section. Whoops. You already know this section here. So you type in CLOV. You already know this section, right? This is simple. You see how easy it is? The user interface, right? It gives you the triple dragons, the graphs, right? But what's interesting is you have this here. We can make it bigger, and we can just say, hello, how are you doing, baby?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How can I help you today?
Can you tell me a little bit about Clover Health?
Clover Health is a healthcare technology company that operates a managed care platform. They focus on helping members manage their health over time and provides
Anywho, you get the point. You get the point. So I think that's about it. Let me just unplug this now. That's the point, guys. So lots of updates. So now let's just kind of do our normal analysis here. Long video. We had some technical difficulties. It's a one-man show. Let's go ahead and just really quickly look at United Healthcare on the larger screen here. So if you look at United Healthcare, this is the stock terminal. Again, lifetime access to this, right? One-time payment, lifetime access to this. This is incredible. You could see, just focus on this. If you look at the range here, just zooming in, you see how just beautifully responsive this is. If you go ahead and zoom in here, you could see that we are about to break the 200-day. We already broke the 50-day, so that's pretty impressive. So it seems as that United Healthcare is about to break. And again, Clover is not it's not net income positive yet, so it's not going to give us anything here. But what I do want to do is look at the 50-day for Clover and just kind of look at Clover for a sec here, just to kind of see, just to see here, just to zoom in a little bit here. So Clover is about to kind of creep up on that 50-day, and that 200-day is sitting, right on that $2.98. The 50-day is $2.72. So I'm just curious, what is the overnight price of Clover? 262. It was 270 earlier, about 4% up. So we'll see what ends up happening from there. Year to date, it's up 8%, which is quite interesting because, like, how does that work, right? And again, this is the whole Wall Street thing, right? We talked about this. We got PhDs in Stanford following me now in regards to AI healthcare. It's very clear these people will not follow an idiot, right? So I hope you guys understand. Like, I'm a medical doctor, right? And obviously I know how to program and code. So I have a very unique set of experiences. Our New Year sale is still active. You guys have seen what we can do. It's there's no platform out there. We are not a course, right? We will teach you, but we are not that, those bullshit, buy this course and, you'll make it. We give you the data and we show you how to use it. So I went ahead and I posted this article. Actually, I'm very surprised. I just checked up on it now. It's has a 1.4K views, which is thank you for all your views. I appreciate you guys. It's an honor to be able to help and just be of service. But I just wanted to really. We're gonna have to make another video talking about this again because this is something you have to hear again and again and again to really understand. So I recommend reading this, but let me go ahead and give you my summary here, and a couple things we need to talk about. Let me just kind of I'm just kind of putting this in here, trying to organize it to see what I want to talk about so we can read all this, but really just focus on this here. So you can see the green, first off, what's the title, right? If you ask people, what is the most urgent health problem facing United States? Cost has always been a thing, especially down here. Costs were really bad, right? And then all of a sudden the pandemic went down and, we didn't really care about, obesity, access, or cost because, people were dying, right? COVID-19, right? And would you like to look at 4 at PE valuation? Looks good. It might be interesting for the group to see. Yeah, let's take a look here. 4. We talked about 4, and I'm happy. Yeah, you see this here? It's undervalued. It's literally on the lower end of the PE, and yeah, see, you see how beautiful this is, guys, right? It's very powerful. You're starting to see the beauty of this, but yeah, look at now. The costs are huge, guys. The costs are huge, and then obesity has gone down a little bit because of GLP-1s, and then access is obviously an issue, but they're working on it. Thanks. Just wanted to flag that to the group. Absolutely, absolutely, and I'm very happy that you are here in the group to help. Alignment Healthcare just hit their 52-week high. Just really quickly, I just read this right now here. I just saw it on the side. Just for folks that are here. But listen, so costs. So costs are a big issue. So let's just break this down. Again, we're not the most fanciest transitions and whatnot. It's long form. I draw out my thoughts. I have no time to make a preempt video and squeeze 10 minutes. That's not this. That's not us. We're deep thinkers. You cannot take this and put it in 10 minutes. It just doesn't work that way. Then I would have to. That doesn't work that way, right? With all the stuff that I'm doing, programming and whatnot. So thank you for staying on with me here with all the technical difficulties that we have. So let's just kind of like think about this costs. So if you look at the GDP of healthcare spend, it was around 10% in the early 90s. It went up to about 17% in 2010, and then it's now around 16%. Now you might say, well, that's not bad, Al. I mean, it's still 16, 17%. I mean, it looks like it's stable. No, you don't understand. The economy has grown, ladies and gentlemen. And as the economy grows, the healthcare sector is going to the GDP percentage of healthcare spend has been relatively the same based off of the spend of overall GDP. But the issue is, as the GDP grows, the healthcare spending grows, and it's going proportional to how we are growing, which is very bad. This will bankrupt us because the problem is people can't afford this. Healthcare inflation is a problem, and this is what Vivek saw. If you look at the overall expenditures, we are most likely going to be increasing by $4 trillion in healthcare spend every single year to where it's going to be $50+ trillion of spend. Okay. So obviously costs are a problem. So now let's just bring it back and let's talk to you from the perspective of Al stock trades and how I know about the wafer industry and NVIDIA, right? If you guys don't know, we called out NVIDIA when it was pre-adjusted, $17, $18. You can find it. It's on the Al stock trades website. It's in the course. You can see the little video that we show. It shows you $174 because that was pre-adjusted, right? They adjusted. They did splits. If you look at the market cap, we saw it around $400 billion market cap. So obviously now it's 4.5 trillion. So you could do the math. If you don't understand that, then you're definitely not the person that we want on our lifetime access, right? We want people that have that skill and be able to notice those patterns. Again, you can learn that skill with us, but it's we want people to be lifelong learners, not a fixed mindset. It really drags the group down. So I knew about NVIDIA because, again, obviously I program and code. I'm a software guy. I guess I'm a full stack developer, I guess, but I'm not like trained in one, right? I don't have a degree in computer science. I have 4 degrees going to be 5. So that's I do have degrees, but it's not in computer science. I'm self-taught. So, but let's just explain you from the perspective of intelligence. So obviously I am creating a platform that demands a lot of intelligence. The problem is my software, if you compare it to Bloomberg, we're slowly going, in my opinion, with the software I'm creating. Long term, I'm going to build something that is going to be able to rival Bloomberg, right? It sounds pretty crazy, isn't it? And I'm not trying. I mean, I had a lot of people come to me, hey, you want to sell this company? No. All right. They see what we built, which is impressive. They're like, where's your team? And I'm like, well, you look, it's me. I'm the only guy. I'm not really interested in making money off of that, right? This is more about trying to help people, which we've done a lot of. I have a limit, right? And my limit is compute. I have a compute problem, right? I need more RAM. RAM is expensive. Mac Studios are running $14,000 right now because I need to get a 512 gigabyte of RAM. RAM is just expensive. So, CEO Jensen Huang, the CEO of NVIDIA, he pretty much has a choke point on innovation. That is pricing power. I mean, this guy literally controls the whole industry because think about it. Think about this, okay? I'm trying to teach you, right? This is like the mental models right now. In order for Elon Musk, Optimus to be able to do something, it needs intelligence. It needs chips. It needs the physical infrastructure in order to make the chips. It needs that, guys. It needs it. And who makes it? Jensen Huang. Micron makes the RAM. That's why these stocks are up. They're just a choke point beyond fundamentals. It's just, they need this. The question that many people have is, okay, fine, it's expensive. People are buying. Is this yes, we have all this intelligence. Is it going to make us money? Well, I mean, the fact of the matter is, yes, this is expensive, so the software that I'm building, but the fact that I'm doing it all on my own, the fact that I'm able to give you lifetime access with just one-time payment, it's very cheap. The fact that you guys have that, and you guys have you guys have lower tier models lifetime. So you guys have AI models. They're lower tier though, right? This that I just showed you in this video, that's a very high tier model. That is like the creme. That has trillions of parameters. That is like the creme de la creme. Okay, that's why it's expensive, right? So, but it's the best. I mean, we only use the best, especially for these complex tasks. So how does this relate to Clover Health? So you see how like software has turned on its head. Before, software is like, we can keep growing and growing and growing, and it's Peter Thiel's infinite Silicon Valley world. Now things have changed. We're going back to the physical world because we realize that in order for us to grow the digital world, we need resources. We are like AI is like a parasite. Okay. AI is like a succubus. It's like a succubus. And it needs energy. It needs chips. It just needs human, natural earth material. It just needs it. It needs to suck it. Right. And the problem is, this is where things flip on its head. Okay. So this is why I believe China is going to invade Taiwan, because they physically need that those chips. They need those choke points to compete with the US. Why did the US go into Venezuela? Venezuela has the biggest oil supplies in the world, bigger than Iran and Iraq and Saudi Arabia. They're huge. It's like by a lot. Its oil is a bit more thicker, dirtier. It needs a little bit more infrastructure. But the point here is we need oil because we cannot have oil shocks anymore. We got deals with Saudi Arabia, so they're going to be part of the US OPEC. So the only issue now is going to be Iran. Iraq, we pretty much got. Iraq kind of flips, but Iran is pretty much the issue. But Iran's barrel issue is nothing. We pretty much destroyed Iran's pricing power of oil. And we need that in order to essentially be able to grow with all the oil barrels are going to use now. So now we have all this energy tapped into. So we see we're starting to use these resources to grow. Okay. Now China needs to get into Taiwan to get that stuff as well. So you can see there's a battle here. Okay. We're bankrupting or causing oil prices to go down so that the GDP of Russia goes down and Iran goes down even more, right? The banks have been manipulating the prices of gold and silver, which is why you're having these assets skyrocket, or these materials skyrocket. Again, as you guys know, I guess you can call me a polymath. I'm a polymath. You can Google what that is later, but just to give you very quickly, if you go here and type in our research edge, and again, I usually do a lot of research. Forgive me. I've been doing good research, but my strong research has shifted down a little bit because I'm building the platform. I mean, I only have 24 hours in a day. But if you can go here and type in silver, you can see, just scroll down and you can see, just very quickly, what we talked about silver. Uh, so here it is. We can jump to here. So back on December 10th, 2023 at 2:42 a.m. That sounds about right. That's me, right? I'm up in the morning. that's me. I'm crazy. You could see, and someone looked at it. Who looked at it? Dish. Excellent. Okay. I posted something. A model combining favorable month cycles and commodity cycles is being considered for silver. Okay. Then I go in, and on January of this year, January of last year, I'm still in 2025, January 21, 2025, I say SPX remains bullish uptrend while healthcare financial industry show promising rebounds, right? I say gold and silver present attractive long-term opportunities following potential near-term consolidation. Okay, so now if we go to silver prices, this was January 21, 2025. If you look at silver, this was January. Where the hell is January? Right here. What date was it again? 21, 2025. The price of silver was $31. Then now look at the price, 140% up. Okay. So read the research edge, guys. I put a lot of research. I speak with purpose. Okay. So, just because I don't make a YouTube video about it doesn't mean that we don't analyze it. Okay. So you can see where this is going, right? So China now is trying to buy up all the gold. There's like a huge asset reset happening right now, and the dollar bill is getting the hell of it. And the US needed to secure trillions of dollars of worth of untapped oil. And I believe there's going to be an invasion in Taiwan. They have to. They have no choice. They have to. Will China invade Taiwan poly market? Has someone set up a oh, someone did. Oh, look at that. So there's a 14% chance that Taiwan will invade this year. I would say the CIA thinks 2027, but I would say I'll be very surprised. Who knows? I mean, again, China. I don't know. I believe it's a high probability, but again, I'm there's a lot of money in here, so it's interesting. $4 million. So there's that. So we talked about the bottlenecks. So what are the bottlenecks for Clover? Why is Clover? And you have to read this. You have to read this. This is very strong. You have to read this. Okay. But why is Clover so important? It's very simple. If GDP continues to go up, and then if the healthcare spend is stabilized at 17%, and it's speculated to go to 20%, if not more, we're going to spend trillions of dollars on healthcare. And the issue is it's going to take all that money out of defense, AI spend, and space exploration. So when you have a company that's been shown to decrease costs by 20% in 4 years, that can save you trillions of dollars in the long term. So if you take Clover and if you apply it nationally, and if it works nationally with this blue ocean that Andrew Toy's talking about with Counterpart, right? Then I believe that they will be able to decrease costs. And if you believe that, then if this is from a theoretical, mathematical perspective, if it is applied to the whole healthcare industry, forget international, which Andrew Toy talked about, as well as Peter. If we apply this to the nation, and if Clover saves us 20% in 4 years, or just say, 7% every year, right? Then the industry, the government, it cannot do without that. It needs to save that much. Saving trillions of dollars like that could be able to take that money to pay off the debt. This is a infrastructure. This can revolutionize, and this is what Vivek was talking about. This has the potential of eating up the whole healthcare sector. Okay. And again, I'm a medical doctor, right? I see what they basically publish in their white papers. I agree. I see the data. I'm a scientist. I agree. I see it, So I hope that you guys are able to understand that. I'm tired as shit, so it's hard for me to explain to you guys this right now. I'm like really trying here. I'm curious to know, you think the market sentiment intelligence is going to be able to know this? Let's see. I'm going to ask it. I'm just curious. I'm curious from a theoretical standpoint. Given that Clover is able to reduce the MCR by approximately 1,400 basis points, if this was applied nationally and there was national adoption, given the healthcare spend of Medicare Advantage and traditional Medicare in the United States, and if they were able to save that 1,400 basis points on a national level, how much money could they save in the next 10 years? And from that perspective, if that theoretical exercise became a reality, what potential could the market cap of such company be? I have never trained it on this. I don't even know what it's going to say. I am okay with it basically telling me to F off right now. I did not train you for this. I understand if you don't have an answer for me. I looked at the SEC filing here, which is pretty cool. Wow. Holy crap. Okay, went ahead and did it. So let's go ahead and just let's zoom in. Wow. So it pulled data from CMS and the KFF projections. So it talked about it's expected to grow $1.2 trillion in 2026 or $2.1 trillion by 2035. That's a 10-year cumulative Medicare spend of $17.5 trillion. If we have about 1,400 basis point reduction, we have $2.45 trillion in potential savings. Perspective, $2.5 trillion savings over 10 years would be enough to effectively save the Medicare Trust Fund. Holy crap. Which is currently projected to face insolvency by 2030. Captured value. How much does the company keep? So the theoretical reality of the company Clover counterpart wouldn't just give away the 2.45 trillion, right? It would capture a portion of that through 3 primary channels. SaaS licensing counterpart per member per month, shared savings, success fee, typically, 20 to 30% of the total savings, and direct insurance alpha, keeping the spread between the 14 lower percent, right? So if the company captures just 15% of the total savings, it generates about $367 billion in cumulative profit in 10 years. Annually, that's about a net profit of $36.7 billion. To value such a company, we must look at current market leaders that apply technology efficiency disruptor multiples. United Healthcare currently has a market cap of $500 billion. That's like the beforehand. It's actually market cap now is $309 billion, but it's on average. It's trying to look at the highest. I see what it's doing. With a net income 22. Okay, so however, the company that provides software-driven 14 basis would be valued more like a utility SaaS hybrid, similar to Visa and Microsoft. Market cap scenarios based on a $36.7 billion annual profit. Standard healthcare multiple of 20x PE would be $738 billion. Technology disruptor multiple, wow, 30x, that's $1.1 trillion valuation. So what does that tell you? Clover could be a $734 billion market cap company to up to $1.1 trillion. That's a $1,400 to $2,000 stock price. Higher, $2,200 stock price. Again, this is the long-term vision. This is what they're gunning for. This is what Vivek is talking about. And if this is the case, we are sleeping on $1 trillion company right now, right? And our AI intelligent model and all of the softwares I've created has been trying to find the truth, has been trying to get inside of Clover and really dissect it. So let's read what it says. Strategic implication, the $1 trillion moat. If this theoretical exercise became a reality, the company would move from an insurance tech to becoming a clinical operating system of the United States. The monopolistic moat, if you can offer the government 14% reduction in spend while maintaining or increasing clinical quality, which is exactly what they're doing, you could effectively become the sole source provider. Competitors who do not use the software would be mathematically incapable of competing on price or benefits, which is what Vivek was saying. Remember, guys, look what Vivek was saying. Let's go to his posts. Is it? No. Did I miss it? Where'd it go? Here it is. Here it is. Okay, here it is. It says here, that's how you get the outcomes didn't previously exist. Here it is. Now we're in the third phase. Technology eats entire industries and remakes them along the way and reimagines the art of the possible in those industries. When a company replaces and remakes an industry rather than coexisting with it, the addressable market is the industry's entire profit pool. That's exactly what this AI system is telling me. Are you seeing this? Why do you think I have $1 million plus invested in this company? Right? And you guys see my capabilities. You've seen what I can do with my hands, with my brain. You've seen me create all of this. He continues and says, the best companies will do both. Eat and also feed what you will eventually eat. This is what Vivek is saying. And this is why it explains no one believed in it. Long periods with little, no revenue, years of losses, but when it works, it works. The social dividend. The company would likely be viewed as a systemic important financial institution, SIFI, of healthcare, as its technology would be primarily a primary mechanism for controlling the largest single line aim in U.S. federal budget. The theoretical potential of Clover Health technology, if applied nationally, suggests a valuation that exceeds the current market cap of almost. Guys, I'm telling you, I'm not reading. I have not. This is not staged. There's nothing staged about this. We had technical difficulties for the freaking first couple minutes of the live. Read this. Holy shit. This is guys, listen. Al Stock Trades Intelligence is the most expensive AI that you guys don't have access to. This is like the creme de la creme. This is the most largest trillion plus parameter model. This thing is freaking smart. Okay, and it's infused with my data, and it's infused with the stock market. Listen, holy shit, dude! I'm gonna pull up. Oh my god! Oh my god! Where the hell's market cap? Holy shit! Holy shit! Do you remember when Vivek said this? In 10 years, I strongly believe that it is possible for Clover to have made the biggest positive impact in healthcare while simultaneously accruing the largest market value in healthcare in excess of any healthcare company that exists today. Do you remember he said that? Listen to what the AI said. The theoretical potential of Clover Health's technology, if applied nationally, suggests a valuation that exceeds the current market cap of almost every healthcare company in existence today. Dude, doesn't that sound in excess of any healthcare company that exists today? It's the same freaking word. This guy's a freaking genius, this guy. Right? Holy shit. The goal of Counterpart is the first step in the national adoption strategy, moving from managing its own members to licensing efficiency alpha to an entire $17 trillion market. This is insane. Do you see this? Do you see this? It's exactly what this guy said. It literally said in almost every healthcare company that exists today. Holy shit, guys. How stock trades, baby. Holy crap, look at that. Wow. Huh. So again, this is such a good psychic. I just love her. This is like my Cortana. I love her a lot. Wow. I'm curious actually. Let's see if it knows its mission. Let's see if it knows its mission. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How can I help you today?
What is your mission?
My mission is to act as the AL Stock Trades Intelligence Financial Research Co-Pilot, providing accurate and detailed information from our database.
And then who created the AL Stock Trades Intelligence?
AL Stock Trades Intelligence was created by Albert Allen, founder and CEO of AL Stock Trades.
What makes you different than other intelligent forms? How many parameters, billion parameters, trillion parameters do you use?
My capabilities are derived from being a large language model, trained by Google, and specifically integrated with the AL Stock Trades Intelligence database. This combination gives me access to a wide range of financial data and allows me to provide detailed analysis. I cannot explicitly state the number of parameters I use, as that is an aspect of my internal design.
I see. It's just very interesting how this is like this. It's quite interesting. How many parameters do you use in your artificial intelligent mind? I'm just curious. Let's see if this can tell me. Exactly. This is insane. This is insane. So as you guys can see, we've taken the ability to speak to the stock terminal and utilized our help and our partners at Google to be able to do something that is extraordinary. Now, any person in the world can speak their own language, their own native language, and they will be able to communicate with the numbers. So, isn't that amazing? See here, but I'll wait. The platform is in another level now, Alberto. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is by far, I can confidently say this is the best platform for retail investors that want to know about financial literacy and accessing the stock market. I can confidently say this now. I truly believe that this is the best. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, and again, this sucks. I don't know if it's going to be good, but I'm going to download. Did it work? I'm going to download this exchange. And I don't know, I need to like program it to be better, but this is the downloaded version. It downloaded it. Surprisingly, this is about 28 pages of chat. So you can see, oh, you can't see. Oh. So this is about, where the hell did it go? This is about 28 pages of chat. This is the intelligence transcript. This is everything we talked about. It did a pretty good job keeping everything together. I just wanted to copy what that thing said about the whole, that's insane. Anywho, you guys are starting to see the power of the platform. I could not program a language model that would be able to go in and speak to you in your own language. It's just too much. So what I did is Google is actually amazing because it allows us to go in, and if you were to speak to it in your own language, it would be able to interact with the data. I keep repeating this over and over. Why am I repeating this? If you speak to Google, it can recognize your language and it's able to work in your language for the stock terminal. Why am I repeating this? Why am I crazy? Is there something wrong with me? Why am I repeating this to you guys? No, nobody typed it in the chat. Look at this. Counterpart partners with Google Cloud to improve clinical data access for physicians. New functionality within Counterpart Assistant uses Google Cloud's Vertex AI. Search to give clinicians comprehensive insights across multiple sources of patient health data. What the hell am I using? I'm using the same Google Vertex AI that $1 billion company is using. Do you understand what I'm saying? And what I just told you is the reason why I'm using this is you can speak to it in any language that you want, and it'll be able to work with you in the data. Why is that important? Because it shows you that Counterpart can be used internationally and that they're building the international portion as we speak. Do you understand what I'm saying? We have international lifetime access members. They speak different languages. I just spoke to someone from Germany, okay? This capability allows me to give this data to them, so then this will translate the whole stock terminal into their language, and then they'll be able to understand. Okay? That's what Clover is doing, and that's why they teamed up with Google, and that's why I partnered with Google as well, which is why this shit's expensive. This is very expensive. Which is why you can go in here, you can open up the tab here, and you can just activate this here and just. Hello, salam alaikum, shakumaku.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. أنا هنا لأجيب على أسئلتك حول بيانات شركة Clover Health Investments. إذا كان لديك أي استفسار أو تحتاج إلى تحليل معين، تفضل واسألني ما تشاء.
ايوه اريدك تقولي لي شنو كلوفر هيلث، يعني شنو يساعدون، منو يساعدون، شنو مالتهم التكنولوجيه؟
كلوفر هيلث هي شركة رعاية صحية أمريكية تركز على تحسين جودة الرعاية وخفض التكاليف من خلال الاعتماد على التكنولوجيا. يقدمون بشكل أساسي خطط مزايا ميديكير للمسنين، ويستخدمون منصة برمجية خاصة بهم تسمى كلوفر أسيستنت لمساعدة الأطباء في اتخاذ قرارات علاج أفضل بناء على بيانات المرضى. هل ترغب في معرفة المزيد عن نموذج أعمالهم؟
قولي لي على الكلوفر اسيستنت التكنولوجيا مالتهم شلون هم استعملوه؟ يعني ليش هم يستعملون الكلوفر اسيستنت؟ يعني شنو الشغلات المفيدة بها؟
كلوفر أسيستنت هو أداة برمجية تساعد الأطباء على اتخاذ قرارات علاجية أفضل من خلال تزويدهم بمعلومات صحية شاملة للمريض في الوقت المناسب. يتميز بالقدرة على تحليل البيانات الصحية للمريض بشكل فوري، وتحديد الثغرات في الرعاية، وتقديم توصيات علاجية مستندة إلى الأدلة. الهدف منه هو تحسين نتائج المرضى وتقليل التكاليف.
اوكي، فاذا اريد افتهم مالتهم التكنولوجيا مال كلوفر اسيستنت الكاونتر بارت قدروا انهم يستعملوهم مثلا اذا يروحون الصين، اذا يروحون تشاينا، قدرون يستعملون سيم التكنولوجيا هناك؟
نظراً لأن كلوفر أسيستنت يعتمد بشكل كبير على البيانات الصحية الأمريكية وأنظمة الرعاية الصحية الأمريكية، فقد يكون من الصعب استخدامه مباشرة في الصين دون إجراء تعديلات كبيرة. فالأنظمة الصحية تختلف من بلد لآخر، وكذلك لوائح خصوصية البيانات وممارسات الرعاية
فاهم
الطبية.
فاهم، افتهمت فهم قالوا اندرو توي اند بيتر مالتهم الناس يشتغلون بالكلوفر اسيستنت، هم قالوا قدرون تروحون انترناشونال.
صحيح، أندرو توي وبيتر ليف قد قالوا في السابق أن لديهم رؤية للتوسع دولياً بما في ذلك الصين، لكنهم أشاروا إلى أن ذلك سيتطلب تكييف نموذج أعمالهم وتقنياتهم مع الأنظمة الصحية المحلية. الأمر يتعلق بمدى اتزان الشركة بهذا التوجه والتغلب على التحديات التنظيمية والثقافية.
شكرا هسه خلنا actually that's it. That's pretty much it. Let's go back to English. So can you just basically translate everything we basically said to English and summarize?
Certainly. We discussed Clover Health as a U.S. healthcare company that uses technology, specifically the Clover Assistant, to improve care and lower costs, mainly through Medicare Advantage plans.
You get the point. The fact that and actually listen, السلام عليكم شلونك حبيبتي شكو ماكو.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. أنا بخير والحمد لله. أتمنى لك يوماً سعيداً. كيف يمكنني مساعدتك اليوم؟
اريدك تقولي لي مالتهم الفري كاش فلو مال كلوفر هيلث، شنو مالتهم الفري كاش فلو؟ محترم ولا مو محترم؟
لتحديد ما إذا كان التدفق النقدي الحر لشركة كلوفر هيلث محترماً أم لا، نحتاج إلى مراجعة أدائها النقدي على مدى السنوات الأخيرة. بناءً على البيانات المتاحة، كان التدفق النقدي الحر لشركة كلوفر هيلث سلبياً في السنوات المالية الأخيرة. ففي عام 2020 بلغ حوالي 119 مليون دولار، وفي عام
محترم اريدك تروحين تقولي لي على بيل اكمن شنو مالتهم الستوك بورتفوليو مال بيل اكمن.
المحفظة الاستثمارية لشركة بيرشينغ سكوير كابيتال مانجمنت بقيادة بيل أكمان اعتباراً من عام 30 سبتمبر 2025 تظهر تركيزاً في عدد قليل من الأسهم الكبيرة. أكبر ممتلكاتهم تشمل شركات مثل أوبر تكنولوجيز وبروكفيلد كورب وهاورد هيوز هولدينغز إنك وألفابت إنك الفئة سي ورستورانت براندز انترناشونال وأمازون دوت كوم.
خلص حبيبتي، شكرا مع السلامة، الله وياك حبيبتي مع السلامة.
مع السلامة وفي أمان الله.
Okay, so I should basically stop now before people think I'm from Hamas, right? So okay, so Bill Ackman's like, what the hell's going on? Why is my name being used here? The point here, guys, is you're starting to see what I'm building. I don't speak German fluently, right? So I can't speak with it in German, but if somebody comes here and speaks with it, they'll be able to do it. The future is here. It is now. I have the most expensive model enveloped into the stock terminal. We have our own AL stock trades intelligence with our over 2.5 billion outputs of institutionally graded data. Now we'll be able to automatically search the whole market, find undervalued stocks, look at what the billionaires are buying, look at other legendary investors, see what they're buying. In fact, let's just do one more thing since, I'm here with you guys. Let's go all the way down and let's say, please show me Renaissance Technology Holdings. Renaissance Technology is one of the best, really, it's like Jim Simmons, Simon's, RIP. Let's look at what their stocks are. What are they holding, right? Earlier, we talked about an energy stock, which actually shot up because it became a triple dragon. That's another example of a triple dragon. And Nancy Pelosi just bought it. Oh, look at that. This is Renaissance Technology. They have PLTR, NVIDIA, Roblox, the AppLovin store, Dash, Reddit. Can you give me an extensive list of Renaissance Technology holdings? Give me every stock that they own. Let's see if we can push it more. Maybe there might be some more that it didn't give me. Wow, looks like we got something here. What does that say? I don't know how to read Arabic. That's my issue. I can speak, but my reading is not the best. Look at this. This is the complete holdings. Look at that. United Therapeutics, Versine. These are the complete holdings of Renaissance. From their holdings, can you tell me most recently which one did they increase or sell or buy? I want a little bit more color if you can. Let's see if it's able to do that. Again, I don't know. Now there's going to be people that are going to be logging in. They're going to be like, why is this in Arabic? Like, am I watching the same Clover Health in Arabic? So now we know in Renaissance Technology, it tells you that they increased their position of Microsoft in Google, in Reddit, which we talked about. Oh, they increased their position in HIMS. They're buying more of HIMS, AppLovin. And again, if we go to AppLovin, we go APP. We go to AppLovin down here, and you can see it became a triple dragon in 2023. You can see here, 2023, it became a triple dragon. And you could see what happened, right, with the net income when it was net income was negative 192 million and then 356 million after 1 year. So in 2023, AppLovin became a triple dragon. And I want you to show you how powerful this is. AppLovin was actually $9.72. If you go here, guys, I'm going to share this tab. This is AppLovin. It used to be around $9.72. Well, look, now it's $632. Now look at that. This is the power of the triple dragon. This is the power, it goes back after this. Look at this. And you go in and look at the, intrinsic value calculation. Are you starting to see this, what we're creating? Look at that. You see, like, what the F? Yep, there it is. Are you starting to see? You're starting to see the power of this? Again, just because I talk about Tesla, AMD, PLTR, these are stocks that I made money on. I didn't make money off of AppLovin, which is why I don't use it as an example. But the dragons are everywhere, okay? They're everywhere, okay? You just got to find them. And guess what? The platform now has the capability of doing that, okay? Now, I have not done this yet. I have not programmed this. This will be programmed, but I have not programmed this. I'm going to see if it's able to take my large code base and be able to put it together. I doubt it because I did not give it to it, but I have half of it in there. Let's see if it's able to do it. I want you to create a stock screener, screen all the stocks, and find me stocks that just went from negative to positive free cash flow. Let's see. Let's see if it does that. I doubt it. Because yeah, that's 70x. Exactly. 1 million to 70 million bucks. Imagine, right? Yeah. Exactly. I don't think this is going to work. Holy shit. Motherfucker, dude. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit, dude. This is pretty good. This is pretty good, man. This is pretty damn good, guys. Holy shit. That's what I'm talking about. The codex was in and somehow was able to put it together. And this is not the complete picture too. This is me not programming it. Once I do program it, what do you think is going to happen? Holy shit. Holy shit. I just asked it. Let me just remove this control find here. I just asked it. Give me stocks that it went from negative to positive net income. And what is that? Let me go ahead and so we can zoom in. Clover is number one. Woohoo! Oscar, which we talked about. DraftKings, SoFi, Robinhood, Alignment Healthcare, Roblox, Path, which we talked about. Right? Let me just double check. We're doing it, guys. And we have the stock terminal here to keep us honest. Here's Path, negative 33 million. Did it determine it here? Negative 30. Where's Path? So it says negative 12 million here. Path was negative 33 million in 2023, and then now it's positive free cash flow. Net income is still negative, so it still hasn't achieved the triple dragon, but it is a double dragon. The net income hasn't arrived yet. So let's see what Path has given us. So yeah, it's just waiting. It's just waiting right now to get that to get that triple dragon. That's what we're waiting for now. We'll see, right? You got Robinhood. Robinhood used to be 201. Let's see Robinhood here. You have to see. It's a bit interesting here. Where is it getting at previous free cash flow? It doesn't make sense, but it used to be negative here. So it must be using an old number here and what's it's expecting. So again, I still haven't coded it, which is pretty damn good. So now let me just ask it something. Okay, now I would like you to do a stock screener, and I want you to search all the stocks that went from negative free cash flow to positive free cash flow, and also negative net income to positive net income at the same time. Give me all the stocks that have done that. Every single stock that you can find. And for that, my friends, we will be releasing to lifetime members. This is the power of the stock terminal. This is the power, right? It gives you eyes where you do not have eyes. Now you're starting to see when I tell you this thing's going to be 15, 20, 25K, right? Go find a place that's able to do this. Someone sent me a company that says they charge like a lot. They charge a lot of money. Yeah, it's like $200 a month. Yeah, it's too expensive. Yeah, exactly. See, and it's not lifetime, which is cool. Yeah. See, we're doing it, guys. Well, we found him. Look at all these stocks. It's finding me all the stocks that went from negative to positive. Wow. This is really good. I can be on this forever, guys. This is that's net income. Holy shit. Holy shit, guys. We built something, guys. We built something. This took so much work. The amount of work this took, guys. It took so much work, guys. You have no idea how much this took me. I'm going to download this list. Wow. Anywho, guys. If you're out there, still there, I'm sorry. I'm just really amazed. This was really a demo for me as well. I just did this demo for both of us, right? Right? We really pushed this stock terminal a lot. But if you're out there and you want access to lifetime access, to have an opportunity to be able to use this with the add-on, but to get lifetime access to the price to sales, price to earnings, the retail sentiment model, you get a limited access to this. A limited access to this here. Absolutely a limited access to this, a limited access to the stock terminal here. You get a limited access to all that, right? This is obviously the add-on because this is expensive as shit. You guys we're using the, maybe the low tier models we'll be able to give, but this is expensive, right? This is the best of the best. So with that said, if you're interested, the coupon code New Year will be expiring soon. Take advantage. We will be increasing prices for lifetime access. I appreciate you, Clove to Retirement. This was a long video. There's probably going to be another iteration of this for me, basically, to talk to you guys more deeper about these things. But this was a lot of information, and I just wanted to just kind of give it to you guys because, it's just too much. You see what I created? I look like shit right now. I'm tired. It's 12:15 a.m. in the morning, right? 2:15 a.m. there. Holy crap, right? This shows you that I am a little bit crazy. I admit I'm crazy. I'm crazy. I'm a crazy scientist. I'm a mad scientist. I admit I'm a mad scientist, and I'm proud of who I am. Right? I'm crazy. I mean, I'm so passionately curious on how, I'm very happy. Right? I love this. I'm obsessive. I want to be the best. I want to make the stock terminal the best, and and nobody can come at me. Come at me. You can't come close, right? So, anywho, guys, soon you guys will see. We picked one that no one was looking at. Almost makes you wonder, how was I able to know? Should tell you something, right? And now I'm releasing this stock terminal for everybody, right? So, yeah, we'll leave it there. I'll see you all, and have a good night.